I'm Aaron, and welcome to the Call of Cinema. Tonight we are talking about imprint films, and I don't think I've actually talked about them before. They've been mentioned here, like in channels, pretty much like in passing, but I don't think I've ever done a video talking about imprint films. Now, if you're not familiar with imprint films, hey there, Amy, welcome, man. Just finished watching Monster Squad, excellent film. If you're not familiar with imprint films, they're an Australian film company, and it is a new like kind of like a label that's come out there. That they've been out for a bit now. They did some, I announced some of their releases on one of my previous streams, but it wasn't an imprint like centric stream. So they made announcements today, and I figured why not talk about exactly what's going on with imprint. And I think there's some pretty cool announcements. There's some titles there that have been kind of like long time wants. Hey there, Mark. Welcome, man. That have been long time wants for people. And we'll see if any of the imprint films like got you excited. If you want to grab one of the films, you want to grab the whole bundle. Imprint does a thing where you can grab the films on their own. Hey there, George, indicator guy. Are you an imprint, George? Or you want to be grabbing the whole thing? You get it as a limited edition bundle. Get 25% off if you buy it by the bundle, or you can buy them separately. And they have like really cool kind of like slip covery editions, well, like slip boxes really, for the imprint label. And the very first video that Just the Disc that Brian Sauer did, like for Just the Disc on his YouTube channel, he actually focused on some imprint titles. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure that you check that out, guys. And also, if you have not seen my the video that I did with a conversation with Cinema Dave for Sunday Live, then you definitely should check it out because it was a lot of fun and we had a blast doing it. Unfortunately, today I just found out that I'm going to be working Sundays until after Christmas. So I got to reschedule some things because I do want to do some more work with Dave on the Sunday Live. I have a video that I'm going to be that I'm going to be on that Nathan Jones is doing called he does a series called Film Journey. And by the way, if you have not been watching Nathan Jones' Film Journey series, you really should because it's really good. I found out about it initially through Vanessa, and from then afterwards talking to Nathan, and now we're trying to schedule something because of my new crappy schedule, unfortunately. Hey there, Ella. So what we're gonna do right now is, so who here has imprint titles in their collection right now? Does anybody here actually have some imprint titles that they got like proudly on their shelves? You don't. You looked at stuff, you found it like a little pricey. Well, I think we're paying, kind of paying for quality, right? You're picking up My Monster from Indicator soon. That's a good title. That's Christopher Lee. Uh, but yeah, they announced a bunch of new stuff. Hey there, Red Raven. We're talking imprint tonight, an Australian label, and they made some big announcements. So let's go over each one of these and exactly what's included. So first off, here was the first thing that came out. So there are 6 titles in total that we'll be looking over. So you ready? So we'll start out with Year the Dragon with Mickey Rourke, which Michael Cimino. It's a fantastic film. So with the limited edition, you're gonna get like the slip box. They're numbered, so that's gonna be a thing. Uh, so it's a 1080p presentation. There's an auto commentary with director Marco Cimino, auto commentary with film critic Peter Tungetti. I hope I got that right. From Heaven to Chinatown, David Mansfield on Michael Cimino. Prince of the City, talking triads, cops, uh, and New York's mean streets with author Robert Daly. Theatrical trailer and limited edition slipcase on the first 1,500 copies. Hey there, Mary. Are you excited about the imprint stuff? Have you seen the imprint stuff? So the first one, Year of the Dragon, it's a fantastic film. I agree with Mark, and it's one that I'm actually really excited about. Hey there, Ryan. How's it going tonight, man? So we got one older title, which is the one that I get like most excited about when I see these. And I don't have an imprint title in my collection yet, but I do definitely want to dive into this company because they put out some amazing stuff. So this one is Rage with Glenn Ford and Stella Stevens. For those who don't know, my dad is actually named after Glenn Ford. True story. So We got a 1080p presentation of the film, audio commentary by film historian Toby Rowan. We're going to talk about that one, George. Stella's a visual essay on the career of Stella Stevens by critic Kat Ellinger. Damn, I want this now. English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing, which I really appreciate. English Dolby 2.0 mono, and of course a limited edition slipcase for the first 1,500 copies of the film. I gotta open this up here because I'm missing your comments because I gotta like check my stuff here. So I'm gonna try to open up the comment section right here, and for now until I can open up the big one on the iPad here. So let's just see. I apologize. Should be more prepared. I'm doing this for a long time. So when that opens up, let's go on with this. I'm super excited about this Stella Stevens visual essay by Kat Ellinger. Hey there, Craig. Welcome, man. Which is the one of the reasons to grab this, to be honest with you. It's a good title. Hey there, Chris. And let me tell you about this title because I know a lot of people aren't going to know Rage, which is unfortunate. So let's give the quick summary of the film before we go on to the other ones. Dr. Rubens is an angry loner living in a tiny Mexican border town. Soon after a man dying of rabies staggers into town, Dr. Rubens himself is bitten by the same rabid dog. He must now get others to help him reach a city hospital within 72 hours before the disease becomes incurable. So sound interesting? Visual essays or something? Yeah, I love visual essays. It's one of my favorite things on any release. Arrow kind of really mastered those visual essays, and I do want to see more and more of those in the very near future. Next up is a wider one. So if you liked stuff like Cruel Jaws, you're definitely going to like this. And it is The Deep. Doesn't have a sexy case. Just look at that case. Hey there, Kay. I love the case. I love the case for The Deep. We're talking Imprint tonight, Kay. On this one, we get an audio commentary recorded by actress, director, producer Alenia Douglas. The Making of the Deep, a vintage documentary. Selected scenes from the 3-hour special edition. Theatrical trailer. English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. 5.1 Dolby True HD. Limited edition slipcase for the first 1,500 copies. So there we go with that one right there. Okay, the next one is one that I saw in theater. It's a personal favorite of mine, and I utterly love this film. It is gorgeous. It is fantastic. And if you've never seen it, it's one I highly recommend. And it's a Kenneth Branagh film called Dead Again. Any fans of Dead Again here? Back when Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson were like a couple? Anybody? Oh, Ryan, you got to see Dead Again. So on this one, we got audio commentary with producer Lindsay Doran and screenwriter Scott Frank. Audio commentary with director star Kenneth Branagh. Theatrical trailer, English subtitles, Dolby 5.1, and a limited edition slipcover with 1,500 copies. So here we're gonna go. I gotta read it Dead Again because it is such a cool, unique premise, and I really like it. Set in contemporary Los Angeles as well as the Los Angeles of the 1940s, Dead Again explores a romance between two star-crossed lovers and the doomed passion they shared in their last lifetime. Los Angeles detective Mike Church, played by Kenneth Branagh, comes to the aid of mute amnesia victim Grace, played by Emma Thompson, and falls in love with her. He sets out to discover her true identity and the source of her terrible nightmares. Mike is aided in his investigation by hypnotist furniture dealer Franklin Madison, played by the great Derek Jacobi, who discovers that in a past life Grace was Margaret Strauss, who may have been murdered by her husband Roman. And of course, Margaret Strauss is played by Emma Thompson, and Roman is played by Kenneth Branagh. So he's falling with the girl that in a previous life he may have murdered, and he's concerned that that could happen again. Hence the title, Dead Again. It's a great little noir mystery that I definitely recommend. So next up is At Close Range. You guys know this one's a personal favorite of mine. I actually love this film. Yeah, it is a really cool premise, Ryan. It actually does it really well. Hey there, Richard. Welcome, man. We're talking Imprint tonight. At Close Range has a audio commentary with director James Foley and film historian Nick Redman, the late Nick Redman. Interview with director James Foley and done in 2018. There's a 2021 here. Crime in Pennsylvania, the real Johnston Gang. Interview with former reporter and author of Jailing the Johnston Gang, Bruce Maudwell, because it is actually a famous true crime case, and I totally mispronounced his name. Interview with composer Patrick Leonard, done in 2020. Badlands short location video of key geographic locations of actual events. Of course, the 2.0 is stereo, isolated score, and for the first 1,500 copies, you get that sexy, sexy looking slip case. Sorry. And last but not least, the one that everybody flipped about, the one that got everybody excited. That is right, done by Via Vision Entertainment from Australia. This one right here. When they announced their 6 titles, this is the one that everybody flipped out on. Fire in the Sky. It's the one everybody wanted. And feature-wise, you get a brand new audio commentary with director Robert Lieberman. Brand new Fear from Above, the practical effects of Fire in the Sky. Interviews with visual effects artist Harley Jessup, visual effects supervisor Michael Owens. Borrowed Time scoring Fire in the Sky. Interview with composer Mark Isham. That's brand new, but as well. 5 Days Gone, the Travis Walton Experience. Interview with author Travis Walton. Also done in 2020. We Got to Go Back. Robert Patrick on Fire in the Sky. Brand new interview with him. There's a brand new interview with D.B. Sweeney. This is the one that they put the most love into, you can tell. Theatrical trailer, English subtitles, Dolby 5.1, and of course a unique slipcase for the first 1,500 copies. It is based on a true story. It's one of those that, like, based on a true story, ones that I'll be honest, creeped out a lot of people back in the day when they initially saw it, and it's one of those, that. Oh, When Worlds Collide? Yeah. I know how you feel. There's a lot I missed out on from them. I missed out on, well, let's put it honestly, I missed out on everything from them because this year's been crazy. It's like, it's hard to, you can't kind of grab everything. You remember Travis Walton on Dot? Do you really? That's actually super cool. I wonder if that's on YouTube. I gotta check that. I remember Fire Sky when you were a kid on VHS. I remember being okay. I think for some people it's like one of those that freak people out. Because you have any belief in aliens and stuff like that, this is definitely one that that you're gonna be, that's gonna like creep you out. Like if you're not a believer in aliens and stuff, maybe not so much, but if you are, yeah, man. And like this is their December lineup. They've had a film noir box set coming out for what's October November lineup. There's a bunch of stuff coming out from Via Vision. Hey there, Robert. Welcome, man. We are talking Imprint. Are you excited about any of the titles that are coming out? Are you excited about Far in the Sky coming out, or are you excited about Dead Again, like I am, which is actually a fantastic film, and I love the movie Dead Again. Tis one that I saw in theater. It's one that I really really love. Now, just so you know, their bundles sell. Uh, so they had a May bundle, they had an August bundle. Both of those are sold out. Their October bundle was really really expensive. I could not afford the October bundle. Uh, but initially when they come out, they do them at like 25% off usually. So stuff that's sold out on their website, like I Married a Monster from Outer Space, uh, sold out. The bundles that had When Worlds Collide, which was just mentioned, sold out. War of the Worlds, their initial version of that one sold out as well. The Duelist sold out by them. The Carpetbaggers sold out. Swear Wrong Number, fantastic film. I actually did the play, both in school and in a community theater group as well. Hey there, David. I did the play for Swear Wrong Number. We did that. I remember we had like the slim, like it was in like at a blue, it had a blue cover on it, and we bought like a bunch of like plays for a local theater group that I was in at the time, and one of them that we did was Sorry Wrong Number, and I got to say the titular line at the end of the film, which was actually at the end of the play, which was pretty cool. Night Falls on Manhattan, sort of fantastic film by the way. No Way to Treat a Lady. You guys know I talked about that one recently when we mentioned Fade to Black. That I'd seen No Way to Treat a Lady and Fade to Black at the same day. I rented them as a VHS double feature, which was amazing VHS double feature. So there's so much goodness coming out from this company. Chris is excited about the new slasher. Well, the re-coming out is Just Before Dawn, um, which is coming out from Code Red again with a brand new cover. Ryan said, "You finally watched Hammer's Fan the Opera. You're upset that you didn't love it the way that you wanted to. It was switched from the way that was initially going to be, and you probably watched if there's features on it. I don't have it yet. You probably know the stuff already that I'm going to mention, um, but the role was meant for Cary Grant. So when they had Cary Grant like going to play, because he really wanted to play a bad guy role, he really wanted to play like a really bad guy. Um, like so, he was going to be like the Phantom of the Opera for Hammer Films, and his agent wouldn't let him do it. Talked him out of it. So at the last minute, he had to pull out. So they had to pick somebody else, and they got Herbert Lom's a fantastic actor. But one of the things that they did is because the agent like one of the things he insisted on was like so the agent didn't want him to seem like too bad as the Phantom, right? They wanted him to be like at least to save his kind of like his romantically like movie star persona. So what they did in the film is they created another character to do a lot of the really despicable things, like a secondary character, which really wasn't needed for Herbert Lom. They could have really probably saved and like taken that character out. But I do find that that character does take away from like the impact of the film, and which is a shame because Herbert Lom is excellent as the Phantom of the Opera. But you do not need the secondary character doing the murders and stuff because it's the Phantom's movie and it should be his. So once they realized that Cary Grant was out, there should have been a quick rewrite done. Unfortunately, I think they just shoved it into production and just did it like that. But like I said, that's probably on the features, and you probably know that stuff already. Oh, I love Patrick Troughton. Oh, you got the 8 pack. Nice. That's the one I got actually. I thought you meant you had like the Scream Factory edition, which I don't have. Fade to Black, you're right, is another great and underrated film, Mark, and one that I truly adore. You guys know I did. I literally like in between like work calls, I pre-ordered that. Oh, did you order it, Robert, from Scream Factory, Shout Factory, or did you order it from like Amazon or Diabolique or something like that? Like me, I ordered it from Amazon, so I'm scared to death I'm going to have to pay big for it, and that it's going to sell out, and they're not going to give me, even though I was probably one of the first 3 people that ordered it, that pre-ordered it on Amazon. Oh, you got it from Scream Factory, you're going to get it early. So I would say you're probably going to get it about like probably about a week before it actually street dates. So I'm very jealous of you, and I'm very stoked because I hope you're going to enjoy it because it looks amazing. I've seen a picture of it online, the famous picture that's been going around with the clear cases, which I love by the way, and like it's got 13 cases, which is fantastic as well, and the artwork on it looks to be gorgeous. And I'm expecting that even though it's a big one, we're going to get a hard box and not like the soft box. Thank you, Ryan. Yes, please check out the triple feature pack review that I did because there's a. Not only do am I really actually super proud of doing that review, but I think it's something that a lot of you guys are going to be really excited about once you watch the review because it surprised me, and I'm not easily surprised when it comes to this stuff. Also, if you're here, can you please hit that like button because it helps out the channel a ton, and it lets you know. Like yeah, I get people complaining sometimes that they don't get notifications of my videos when they come up and they go live, so they only find them out afterwards. The way that you find out, it's well, it's going to be because of hitting the like button, because that's lets the YouTube analytics know, so to let my stuff come up there. Hey there, Scotter, welcome, and thank you for joining us in the Sim Today podcast. By the way, video podcast. I have an upcoming VHUS podcast coming out in the future. I will let you guys know when that one comes out. I had a blast doing it, and I got to thank Dirk so much for having me on, because it was, I was a little nervous, but it was, I think it was fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. So the Imprint Bundle total is running at, for saving 25% means, well, what is it? How much is this? $180, down from 239.70. So these are definitely like prestige collector's titles. Now, if Imprint wants to send some copies my way, I'll be glad to take them. I'll review them for you guys. Uh, Not going to happen though, probably because they're in Australia, but worth a shot, right? I would love to get my hands on that. Oh god, there's so many there. Fire in the Sky for sure. Dead Again. I just love that movie. Kind of bummed out I didn't get I Married a Monster from Outer Space, because that's a favorite of mine from my youth. I watched that one a lot. You ever watched that like back in the day? I'm not sure how old some of you guys are, but for me, like there'd be like these Saturday or Sunday afternoon like movies, and they show like a lot of like they have like horror hosts. Like I'm sure for some of you guys was Finn Gooley, or it was Zachary or somebody like that. So I can't remember who the host was, but we watched. I used to watch a lot of them, and A Man Monster from Outer Space would come on a lot. A lot of the kind of the Universal stuff. The Imprint Double Hammer House of Horror. That is a sexy release. Hey there, Sardis. Welcome, man. Elvira reruns for you. I love Elvira. I'm actually very disappointed that Shutter didn't take Elvira up on her offer to do a show for them. She actually went to Shutter and asked them about doing a program there, and I really think that Elvira would be a great fit for Shutter, right there along Joe Bob. So if you think Elvira would be a good fit for Shutter, let them know. Tweet Shutter about getting Elvira in a series on Shutter, because I think everybody here would like that. If you pass on Mistress of Darkness, get that Twitter storm going. Let them know that Elvira is wanted on Shutter. I just recently got back Shutter, by the way, um, because I definitely wanted it for Halloween. I'm very excited about the Creep Show animated special. I want to see that. And there's a few like Shutter exclusive films that I haven't seen yet, like The Host, which everybody but me has seen. So any type of like recommendations for Shutter, I like their exclusive stuff. I've seen most of the other stuff, but it's really the exclusive stuff that I need to kind of catch up on. And a couple of documentaries like Scream Queen, about like about Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and stuff like that. That I do want to check out, like Inside the Darkness and all the other stuff I've already seen. I think a cat photobombed me in the background. I love Channel Zero. My daughter and my son are both huge fans of that show, and we're very disappointed when it got discontinued. Have I seen Satan's Slaves? You know, I haven't seen that one yet, so that's one I do have to check out. No, Imprint releases. I'm pretty sure that they're all like just. Let me just check though. I'll find out for you. But does Blu-rays. You're not getting like a lot of DVDs, unfortunately now, Alan. Especially on like boutique labels, they're trying like kind of like moving away from it. Like you still get them from Criterion every once in a while, because Criterion is like a little bit behind everyone else when it comes to this type of stuff. I always seem like I'm ragging on Criterion. I feel really bad because I actually love Criterion. I got like a ton of Criterion, including like all their big box sets. Like except for Verda, I got Zadiichi, I got Bergman. I love them all. He's your favorite of them so far? There's one that I really loved. I loved it so much that I actually bought it. Uh, and let me see if I got it right here. I used to have it like right in arm's length, which I probably don't right now. So I do apologize because I'm looking around like an idiot. No, I do. I do have it here. I think I do. I do. I got Gwen here. I know that I got that one, but it's like it was about what was it about? These guys that went to this like this slasher like weekend type of thing, and they all get like brought out in the middle of the woods, and they're gonna like experience the true slasher experience. But what's going on is like people are actually getting killed. Do you remember that one? It was a slasher. It was a Shutter exclusive. So I really enjoyed that. I'm trying to find it here now, but for the life of me, I can't find the damn thing. Maybe I got it upstairs because I normally that's one of the ones I wanted to rewatch when I didn't have Shutter, so it's probably upstairs. Not Haunt, because I know Haunt, uh, but what's it called? Oh, it's killing me, guys. It is killing me. So I'm looking all around here to see if I can see it, because so much stuff had to be moved around. We had to move the stuff up. But anybody remember the name of it? Anybody at all? Bueller. Bueller. Nobody remembers the name of the film. You're gonna pester me constantly until I watch Nori the Curse on Shutter. I promise. Now that I got Shutter back, I'll watch it. So let's see if I can find it because it's really peeved me off right now, guys. I really want to know what that is. I'm planning on getting. I hope so. That's one I really want. The Bugs Bunny exclusive one. That looks really good. Pumpkinhead from Scream Factory. That's a good release. All right. 50 best movies on Shutter. Let's see if they got listed here. Please don't just list movies that aren't Shutter exclusives because I hate that. And that's what they're doing. I hate these lists. Like, watch these movies that are. I like the Empty Incorporated. That was a good one for Shutter. If you haven't seen that one, it's a bit of a. It's a slower burn, but it's actually a really good like one. Host is one that I got to see. Nuri, I gotta watch that. Did I pronounce it right, by the way? Did I pronounce that wrong? I probably pronounced it wrong. One Cut of the Dead, of course, which is amazing. If you haven't seen One Cut of the Dead, by the way, definitely check that out. It is an incredible, incredible film. Like, incredible set. Like, I love the Bugs Bunny stuff. So, whoever did this list, you just put the regular stuff on there. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of these lists here so far. Trying to find that Shutter one, and it's not happening because they're just picking the regular stuff. Ruin me. There it is. Sorry about that, guys. I got distracted. I need to know. It's called Ruin Me. Ruin me. Ruin Me. I loved that film. It's simple and it's basic and a lot of it you've seen before, uh, but it's fun. It's just really fun. And there's another one, pretty like a standard one. There is one that I gotta see called Lake of Dead or something like that. Uh, and basically, it looks like Evil Dead. Well, it's the Norwegian version of Evil Dead, basically, where a bunch of these people go up this cabin in the woods. It's kind of isolated. They get into the water, and there's something in the water. There's some type of like evil in the water, like that possesses them, takes them over. So we're both watching the trailer just after we got like Shutter back yesterday, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is Norwegian Evil Dead, and I'm good with that because you know what? I really love Norwegian horror films. I find that they are really like it's a country that when I watch their horror films, I'm like, yeah, they get it. They kind of got that '80s vibe to them, and I really dig that. So super cool with a lot of the Norwegian horror films. I think Frit Vilt is Norwegian. I'm not quite sure. I think it is. Coldplay, the Coldplay films, like the three of those. First two are really good. Third one, yeah, but second one, best out of the three. If you've never seen Coldplay, you gotta see Coldplay. I thought the transfer was pretty good for like Pumpkinhead and just had this the limited edition, like the with the case, and it looks gorgeous. The case does. There's some good features on there as well. Yeah, Norway got they're down. They got their finger on the pulse of the type of horror that I like. So that's always a plus when it comes to what they do. Hey there, Jacob. Welcome, man. We just spoke about Imprint. We talked about their new six titles that are coming out. It is a boutique label. They do some great stuff. A little on the pricey side, but for some of the stuff they put out, especially the Fire in the Sky one, is definitely like stands out as being like the breakout release of all the six. Even though for me, it Dead Again's my favorite, but the looks like the most work and the most like stuff's gone into Fire in the Sky, and this gone into like Year of the Dragon as well. Oh, Pumpkinhead is fantastic. I like Pumpkinhead too. See, I love Pumpkinhead too. A lot of people hate it. My friend loves Pumpkinhead. He's a Pumpkinhead fanatic, and a really good like what comes to he's a really good artist, and he's done like some amazing like Jason like outfits and stuff. But anyway, so he hates Pumpkinhead too, so much so that now he like for a long time he was like he would not acknowledge that Pumpkinhead 2 existed. He's like, what are you talking about? There's no Pumpkinhead 2. That doesn't exist. And I'm like, yes, yes, dude, it exists. And now that there's Pumpkinhead 3 and 4 out there, and Pumpkinhead 2 doesn't look so bad, I wonder if he's still like, if Sheldon's thinking like, maybe Pumpkinhead 2 exists after all. But I actually love the first two Pumpkinhead films. Yeah, the ship's a bit pricey, unfortunately. Yeah, AME does have a YouTube channel. He has a good one, really good ones, which you should check out. Next of Kin is fantastic. I will actually be talking about Next of Kin in an upcoming podcast from VHUS um, because I love that film. Are the imprint ones new? They were announced today. So I want that's why I'm making the video now, and it's like late at night, and I work tomorrow. 80 films of Piranha 2, which is actually cool. It's a cool release. Oh no, the Pumpkin 3 and 4, you mean? Oh, now they came out a few years back. I think they were for the Sci-Fi Network. Um, don't quote me on that, but I think they were like kind of like TV, like made for TV films. They're still kind of gory and all that, but David Bradley's like Doug Bradley's in them. If you like Doug Bradley, David Bradley, much different person. Doug Bradley, Pinhead. David Bradley, martial artist. Very, very different. It is an amazing film, Ryan. I love Next to Kin. It is just one of those gorgeous films, and it's one of the films when I talk about the fact that I want to teach film. Next to Kin is one of those films that I want to use as an example to teach from because there's so much there that you can learn from that film. The cinematography in that film is incredible. I love the way the pacing of the film. I love the way that it sets you up for one thing and then swerves you with another, and it doesn't seem like a cheat. It doesn't seem cheap. It seems well deserved. And there is a sequence next to Kin, which I don't want to ruin for anybody, but I'll just call it the sugar cube sequence, and it is masterfully shot and paced and done, and it is just such a cool film. If you have not seen it yet, it's an exploitation classic. It was put up by Severin Films. Next to Kin definitely should be something that is on your watch list for this Halloween. It is that damn good. I'm glad you liked it. I'm really glad you liked it. Exactly. There's the thing. You can make a slow burn movie that doesn't have to feel slow. That doesn't have to feel like a slag when you're watching it. And Next to Kin is the perfect example of a slow burn movie that never feels slow. that always has something going on, that always kind of challenges you a bit. So if anybody here is a budding filmmaker and they want to make something like a horror film, they want to make like a film with a lot of tension and a lot of suspense, and they want to see some really great cinematography, please check out Next to Kin because that is one that I do recommend. I did like Monster. Way better than I thought I was. Definitely goes in on the bullying thing. Because who's the real monster in Monster after all? Uh, a film that you think is just gonna be like a fun monster film, and then you get there and like, oh, it's so much. There's there's so much. There's a punch to the gut when it comes to the film, and you just realize who the real monsters are. I've heard the Montauk program based in New York. Yes, but I have never been to New York. My better half has though. Are you ever gonna get the full version of Eyes Wide Shut? Uh, Nowadays, like a few years ago, I probably would have said maybe not. But everything's coming out now. Like Fade to Black's getting a release. Before you know it, Jack Shoulders, Alone in the Dark will get a release, which is something I'm looking forward to. So yeah, I say we'll definitely get it. It's Kubrick, and if when we get it, I bet you it'll be 4K. The shirt tonight is this one right here. It's a whole like Freddy, Jason, not versing each other, but having a beer together, enjoying a pint. Oh, that's a bad miss. I wonder if anybody's going to get that reference. If you do, let me know where where that's from, and you get cool points. You get extra cool points on the channel. And by the way, I have not forgot. I do plan on doing a quiz video in the near future when I know what day that is going to be for sure. I will try to give you guys ample advance notice. We'll have fun with it. I'm gonna like make up a horror quiz. We're gonna do the whole thing, and because if you watch my book one where I did a lot of horror books. If you missed out on that one, you missed out on what I consider one of my better videos in the last little while. And we did like a little like kind of like quiz thing in between when I was showing the books. So there is an upcoming like quiz video where you guys get to talk about that stuff. You get to like co- compete against each other in a quiz, which will be fun. Have a great night there, Kay. I'm sorry that this one came so late. I had planned to do this one earlier on today, but I kind of fell asleep and I slept for a while, and I'm going to be sleeping for a while again soon. Actually, it is a quote from a British show. Do you remember the British show? You get cool points for memory. That's a quote from a British show. Anybody know? Anybody? For those that missed it, I quoted like a certain British uh, like sketch show, and I just said the phrase and that's a bad miss, and which would start off every one of these their skits. But the show was called it was the Mitchell and Webb show, and Mitchell Webb Experience, right? And basically it's Robert, it's Mitchell Webb, the guys from the Peep Show, uh, doing their best work with these characters. A Kubrick documentary that's pretty decent, pretty recent. I haven't seen that. Oh, Life in Pictures. Okay, yeah, that's it. Actually, Life in Pictures. I remember that came out. Um, I actually remember that being on kind of on pay per view. So back in when the satellite days. So the premiered Kubrick Life in Pictures, and I remember like I rented it. It's one of the ones that I did rent. Have you watched the start of this one, Wolf? Oh yeah, some great stuff this time, Wolf. I'll list the 6 titles that are coming from Imprint. Let me bring up the thing here. So there's Dead Again, which is a favorite of mine. Year of the Dragon, Michael Cimino film. At Close Range. Fire in the Sky is getting a deluxe treatment. Rage is getting an amazing Kat Ellinger like visual essay from about Stella Stevens, which I do really want. And of course, there's the Deep, the classic underwater film. So you found out from Peep Show. Peep Show is excellent. Yes, Craig. Cool point for you. That is the show with the Nazis are like, where basically it's like, look at our look at our. It's a skull and crossbones. Are we the baddies? Yes. That's the one. If you have never checked out Mitchell and Webb, guys, I recommend you check it out. There's this really good thing called what's it called again? Like Angel Summoner and BMX Bandit. So basically, hey there, Kubrick. It's you have this guy that can summon angels, um, and you have a guy on a BMX bike, and they're like a team. Hey there, Ken. Welcome, man. Uh, so basically, they're like there's these bad guys over in like in this building across the way, and and the BMX guy's like, how about if I'll like take my BMX bike and I'll go back there and I'll go at high speed and I'll pop a wheelie and I'll whip the gun out of their hands and they're like, yes, we could do that, or just want to put this out there, I could summon some angels. So it's trust me, it's really funny. It's worth checking out. Mitchell and Webb, look him up. Really, really great show. I watched it several times. I'm a big fan of sketch comedy. Mitchell and Webb, Wedge Kids, all that type of stuff. SCTV back in the day. You know, Dave Mitchell mainly from What I Lie to You. He's really good on that actually, and I actually love What I Lie to You. So you definitely should give it a try. I think you'll enjoy it. Let me know what you think if you do. And the what Kids in the Hall, of course. No, no, not the no Nicole Kidman one. Yeah, David Mitchell and Robert Webb. I think it's Robert Webb. You know Wedge Kids too. When I was moving once, I kind of like was not a big fan of my neighbors at one point. So I thought about and I so wanted to do this. There's the whitest kids. Whitest kids do a lot of musical like stuff in their sketches, because Trevor does a lot of stuff for them, and he's like he does a lot of like music. So I wanted to like get there and like blast while I was moving out. Let's wake up the neighbors. Which if you are moving and you got horrible neighbors and you're moving early in the morning and you're just like screw it. I'm not going to say you should do it, but maybe where all these Cynthia Rockrock films on Blue. That's what I've been asking myself, Ken, for a long time. I can't believe that nobody's put out like the Cynthia Rothrock stuff. I should have asked the guy from MVD Visual, MVD Rewind, was did a live stream on Facebook the other night, and I was there, and people were saying like you should put it this, you should put it this, you should put it this. I never even thought at the time, like I totally blanked on like what should I ask him about. But Cynthia Rothrock is definitely one that I would love to see MVD like work on with some stuff. I think it's Spellcaster. Adam Ant. I love Adam Ant. That's a shame too, Amy. Like you know, probably the most when it comes to like this one, like the Asian cinema releases. Out of anybody here, definitely more than me. Uh, and it's a shame that we've never seen like Cynthia Rothrock get some really good coverage. Year of the Dragon is actually an excellent film, Wolf. I definitely agree with you. That's one that I always had a lot of fun with. I'm a big Mickey Rourke fan as well. I like his work. So of course that's why one of the reasons I had to pick up the Vinegar Syndrome bundle this month because Mickey Rourke's in it. He's in Fade to Black. So there's a chance UHS might. Oh yes, you heard about that, Cam. So yes, unfortunately, guys, Second Sight because of everything that's going on right now, they had to cancel a lot of their pre-orders that were going to other countries. Obviously, they had initially announced that they could only do it in the UK for their releases. That may kind of be spilling over to some of the stuff that's going to be going over. Like I'm not sure if like companies like Diabolique or any of those already got theirs already. If they don't, then any ones that the or if they have a second order coming through, like if the those will probably not come through. And if you're lucky enough to be in the UK and grab Dawn of the Dead, George, grab Dawn of the Dead, because it's not going to be coming over here in North America. Did I like The Wrestler? I did. And Pope of Greenwich Village is also an excellent film. So those are two really fantastic films. I'm actually a big wrestling fan. I watched. We sat down tonight and we watched the last match of the pay per view because we're not gonna watch the whole damn thing. So because it wasn't a great pay per view, but there's a couple great matches on it. But the Jey Uso Roman Reigns match was money, baby. You might want to reach out, Mary, just to find out. Like I don't know for sure, like if like how many like they're gonna get or how many they got, or if they got some in already. But Second Sight made the announcement today. Let me just bring it up here on my Facebook, and I'll reach out what Second Sight said. Thanks for mentioning that, by the way, because that's something that everybody should be aware of. It's Second Sight and not Sexy Sight. Why the hell is that coming up? Uh, so let's bring it up here, and we'll look at exactly what the heck's the announcement at. It's a big 160-page hardback book. They're showing all the exclusives and features. This is like torture on a second site. What the heck's all? I just mentioned Dawn of the Dead, yeah, because the release is no longer coming to North America. Is the new Severin bundle worth buying? What is the new Severin bundle? Let me just check it out for you. Is that the one Patrick still lives? Hey there, Dustin. Welcome, man. We talked about the imprint films earlier, and I just got asked for the new Severin bundle. All right, so I'm trying to get to it here. Oh yeah, you mean the black bundle treatment? Yes. There are three films on there. Shock treatment I know very little about. Um, but I'm actually it's Alain Delon, so amazing already. Patrick Still Lives is one that I've wanted for a very long time. It is an exploitation like like Mockwell, which is kind of like sequel, mock sequel. And the Black Cat, which is Daria Nicolodi's third Mother's film, like her trilogy, her ending for the trilogy of the third Mother's films. Obviously, you've seen Dario Argento's Mother of Tears. Well, Daria Nicolodi years before decided that she was going to take a crack at it, and it was directed by Lucio Cosi, and she made one called The Black Cat, which is an unofficial. Like if you like Suspiria and you like Inferno, it's an unofficial like follow up to those. So there's a reason they want to get it already. What's the best version of Dawn of the Dead? It really depends, actually. The European cut, which is the Argento cut, is runs faster. I do like the theatrical cut. Extended cut is cool as well. I like them all. I'm horrible like to making a decision for stuff like that. I do like all three of the cuts. I guess my Anchor Bay DVD is going nowhere. No, that's a different shock treatment, Joe. The shock treatment, the one from Rock Horror Picture Show, is actually really one of my favorite when it comes to the cult musicals. This shock treatment is one that as a French film stars Alain Delon, which is different from for Severin, but actually kind of neat. It's a two-disc edition, and it's got a ton of features in there. Uh, so pretty much it's a 1972 thriller done by Alain Jezoa, who did The Dogs. That's the box that I got, Kubrick. Unfortunately, I wanted the new box set, but it's looking very much more unlikely that that is going to happen, and especially in the near future, unless my better half goes to Morocco, and then I'm going to get her to hopefully grab me a copy of it over there. So let's see if they've made any uh, announcements on Diabolique about the whole. Does Diabolique still have it? They got this like, hey Michael, welcome. You're really enough to catch me live. I'm not usually this late in the night, uh, but uh, but there's the big imprint announcement came, and I was sleeping earlier, so I wanted to check that out. Well, there is no more room in hell. The dead will walk the earth. That's a really really weird like way to say it, but there we go. I can't find out on Diabolic right now. Hey Dave, I wasn't expecting to be honoring myself either, but Imprint made the big announcement with Fire in the Sky, so I had to talk about that. Fire in the Sky, Year of the Dragon. I had planned to like sit back and watch some Hitchcock tonight. I've been kind of jonesing for some Hitchcock. That's the tagline of Down to Dead. It is tagline. Rewatching the Tombs of Blind Dead. Oh, nice. You could have almost saved it for like Halloween. It's almost we're almost there. Are you gonna like ring in Halloween with Armando de Sorio? So that's actually kind of cool. I'm trying to find the comment that they made there. Maybe it's on Twitter now. Unless they change their minds and they're actually sending it this way. Can anybody find it? Like I'm looking for it here like crazy. I'm trying to find it for you guys about the announcement that they made and like man, that Dawn of the Dead box set is freaking massive. It is sexy. It's a sexy beast. If any of you are rich out there and Christmas is coming up, and you want to send me Dawn of the Dead, there you go. I will I will sacrifice and take it and watch it. Worth a shot. All right. Uh, I don't have the new 4K set, David. It looks like it may not be coming to North America, but I cannot find the announcement about that. There was an announcement earlier. Oh, the Defenders on that set, the one like that Anchor Bay put out. Yeah, that was massive. I love that set, by the way. It's up there, and it's probably going to be going upstairs because had your son order the Doctor Who Dalek movies from Kino for you this evening. That's a good son. Those are fun films. As you know, Dave, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I'm a huge Peter Cushing fan, huge Hammer fan. So there's it's double the double the fun right there. See, I saw the dance book on Facebook earlier today too, Mark, and I can't find the damn thing now. I've been looking for it all over. See, when I get these announcements, I should start like screenshotting them right away. Sometimes you find out early from places like Down the Disc and stuff like that. Have a great night there, Ryan. Thank you so much for coming in. Did I get the new Doctor Who? I don't have it yet. I got like the old like DVD edition that I got from the UK, which is the Dalek set. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. What's that? I guess I won't show you that. All right, so this is the old edition that came out in the UK by Studio Canal. This is the Dalek collection. I messed up the slip cover. See, it has Doctor Who and the Daleks and Invasion Earth. And of course, there's a feature-length commentary on the first one, on the first disc, and there's the Dalek Mania, the definitive Dalek documentary, 57 minutes long. That's on the second one. Did you get the same copy, Wolf, or did you say steal your copy? But it's a fun one. My dad actually got me that one because he knew I was a big Doctor Who fan, and anything Doctor Who, I pretty much golf it. I love it. I'm eagerly awaiting the next series of Doctor Who to come out because he dropped a bomb at the end of the last series, and I really enjoyed it. Getting back to that good old Cartmel plan. Yeah, exactly. Wilf was like the guy that played Donna's grandfather, who played Wilf, is in like the second Doctor Who one. Like he's young in that too. He's such a good actor, and it was so nice to see him come back and get a big part in like the in the new series as well during Tennant's run. He kind of closed out Tennant's run, which was really cool, kind of fitting actually that he would. Because if like the Doctor's going to sacrifice himself for someone at that point, Bernard Cribbins is the guy to sacrifice himself for, because he's just so good. For those that don't know, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I have I have a lot of fandoms that I'm part of. So just so you know, I'm weirdly into almost every genre of film, and that's that takes up a lot of my time. It truly does. So it's weird having a conversation with me. We could be talking about Doctor Who and flip over to like the Star Trek, and then 10 minutes later we could be talking about film noir. That's kind of me. I'm kind of weird that way. I know Kubrick. It's a shock, isn't it? John the Renaissance man. Thank you. I actually like that. You watch some. I used to watch some PBS too. We had God, where is it from? PBS. Do you remember like the affiliate? Because I do, but it's killing me right now. Was it Detroit? Um, yeah, we used to watch Doctor Who on PBS. Come on every like Saturday or Sunday night. I remember my uncle. He's passed on now, unfortunately. But I would go to visit like their house. I would stay up late to watch Doctor Who, and they'd have they wouldn't show it like half hour episode. They'd show like the full thing, like a kind of like an omnibus type of way. So I'd be like up late at night, and I'd be like, I can, I can last. I can make it all the way. Not the Doctor was boring. So I was young. I was super tired, and probably why I got insomnia for years. Amy, you finished Ultra Q and you're halfway through Ultra. Excellent. I'm glad. You're even better stuff coming up, man. Ultra 7 is amazing. I really recommend Ultra 7. And by the way, some of the new shows are actually really good too. Canadian TV, so they had good TV then. They had like really cool TV. Kubrick. So did you get to see any like the Canadian shows? Did you get to see things like Seeing Things, or the Beachcombers, or any of that type of stuff? The Raccoons, Run with Us. Ah, Mark sent me something here. Maybe he found a. Thank you, Mark. All right. Sorry I didn't see it before, Mark. So Mark sent me the thing from the that Don Dennis put out for about the second sight films sets. So here we go. We've been experiencing an increasing number of legal challenges and other issues with our shipping of orders outside the European Economic Area, the EEA, of suppliers transact. Our suppliers transact with us on basis that the goods will only be sold within the EEA. These issues have been compounded by COVID-19 related delivery constraints and costs, an increasing number of lost parcels, local taxation changes, and custom delays. All this has led our board to take the decision that immediate, with immediate effect, we will cease taking orders from countries outside of the EA. From the 1st of October, we will cease to ship orders outside the EA. Any orders that are still outstanding will be cancelled. We regret that we have had to take this action and apologize for any inconvenience we have caused you. Kind regards, base.com is the ones that Second Sight does their stuff through. So hopefully they said it's as of October 1st. Hopefully some of that stuff has been sent out like pre-October 1st so that the people that have pre-ordered their Dawn of the Dead sets are going to get it and not get a disheartening refund. They're not mailing to Canada. They're not mailing to the U.S. Because of like recent like mailing restrictions. Kubrick, it looks like they are not going to be going outside of Europe. So if you want to get that the new Dawn of the Dead set, uh, you may have to go take a little plane trip to do it. You pre-ordered on June 2nd. Unfortunately, if you don't get any of them in, it won't matter when you pre-ordered. Hopefully, because you pre-ordered early, Mary, if they get any in, you're on the short list. You're going to be on that short list. So my fingers are crossed for you, Mary. My fingers are crossed for you. Just for clarification, that's a UK store called Base. Well, Base is where the second sight stuff, down the dead sets come through. So basically, a lot of companies that pre-ordered the second sight stuff would have pre-ordered it from Base.com. So we'll see. Like I'm not quite sure if like the if some of the other companies actually got theirs. Like if Dave Elite got theirs from Base, or if they found a way to get it through Second Sight, or if maybe they got theirs through Zavvi or some way. But we'll, depending on how they got it, just reach out to your local like distributor where you pre-ordered from, and like just make sure everything is still copacetic and good to go. That's something that is going to be important to know. If like that's one of your crown pieces in your collection coming up for the October releases. October titles that I got coming in right now, of course, are the Vinegar Syndrome October bundle, the Fu Manchu cycle set that came in from Indicator, hopefully with a Fu Manchu for Mayor poster, and the of course the Friday the 13th box set, which is utterly gorgeous, and I should hopefully soon. Let's see where it's at. Let's check on the Cruel Jaws today. Um, where is my Cruelest bundle at right now? Hey there, CK. Welcome, man. I need like a Paul Schaefer, like to be doing background music and being like, where is the bundle? So there you go. If you didn't know, if you were unaware that I couldn't sing before, you have absolutely, completely like know for sure now. No, not no wondering anymore. So it departed Los Angeles and it's on its way to Canada. Oh, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's well, if it's worth it, man. Did you hear about like the added in the 84-minute interview with Christopher Lee that the Guardian did? Now this is not an audio interview. This is an actual like video interview that he did on stage, an 84-minute interview, like a career interview, um, on for on Christopher Lee, like that by Christopher Lee, done. It was put onto the set at the last minute, and that like if nothing else had me so I had pre-ordered it like ages ago, but if I hadn't been sold on it before, that would have made me grab it like right there. And there's like a ton of features on this Fu Manchu set. There's just such amazing stuff on there. I'm very excited about it. As you can tell, I can barely like stay in my seat. You like the Gamera stuff, right? Man, that's really good. The '90s ones are really, really good. Some of the best kaiju films that were made. I'm going out there. I'm gonna say it. Some of the best kaiju films made ever were those nine was that '90s Gamera trilogy. They just did such a great job. Yeah, Lee is amazing value when it comes to the interviews, and it's such good stuff on that set. An 84-minute interview with Christopher Lee. That they announced that like a while, like about a week or so ago, and I think a lot of people like started jumping on it at that point that hadn't like picked it up before. Let me bring up the indicator page here, and we'll actually look, and I'll give you a rundown of what exactly is on. I'm gonna tempt you, Woof. I'm gonna tempt you. Am I horrible for people's pocketbooks? Is that it? I'm horrible for my pocketbook because I come on here and I talk to you guys about these movies. I'm like, I can wait. I'm not going to get this film. And then I'll talk to you guys. You guys get me hyped. You guys get me excited. I buy more stuff. My better half gets a little mad at me sometimes. Uh, and uh, and there we go. It's a vicious cycle. We we we're kind of like one of those like groups. Those 10-step program groups where you're supposed to be helping each other like get over your addiction, but instead we're feeding each other's addictions. We're doing that. That's kind of what we're doing. That's going to be a first indicator purchase, Dustin. That's a great first choice. So let's go over the features here right now. For those that don't know, Indicators is a fantastic company from the UK. If you look behind me right there, see all those stuff all along there? Those are all indicator releasers. They do some amazing stuff, Dustin. I really recommend them. Brian is gets me to buy like Blu-rays all the time too. Brian's amazing. So if you guys don't listen to just this or Pure Cinema podcast, or you don't see his YouTube channel that he has, definitely check it out. It's a slippery slope, Mary. It is a slippery slope. So Mary, let me see. I'm not sure if you ordered the Fu Manchu. Let me see if I can convince you. Here we go. Here's the features on the Fu Manchu set. So for the original, Face of Fu Manchu, we got audio commentary with genre experts Stephen Jones and Kim Newman. We're off to a good start. The interview with Don Sharp, director Don Sharp, from Hobart to Hammer, 1993, 96 minutes long. We got an interview with Ernest Stewart, the BIPers, runs at 96 minutes long, done for the British Entertainment History Project, and just a short 4-minute interview with Christopher Lee that he did for our television news beat. Vic Pratt introduces the faces of Fu Manchu. There's a 49-minute thing called Underneath the Skin. Broadcaster, educationalist, and author of The Yellow Peril, Dr. Fu Manchu and the Rise of Chinophobia, Christopher Frayling examines the origins of history and reputation of Sax Rohmer's works. There's a Super 8 cut-down cinema version of The Face of Fu Manchu on there. Image Gallery, UK, German, and French theatrical trailers, alternate titles and credits, image galleries, new and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, world premiere on Blu-ray. On Brides of Fu Manchu, you get 2 presentations of the film. The original UK theatrical version ran at 94 minutes. The original US theatrical version with a prologue, which goes at 95 minutes, so there's a prologue. Original mono audio, I always like to hear that. I'll actually check out for to see if they're region free. We'll find out. Because a lot of the releases are region free, so I will check for you, man. Audio commentary with film historians Kevin Lyons and Jonathan Rigby. The second part to that Don Sharp interview, another 95 minutes long. The second part to the Ernest Stewart interview, which goes 93 minutes long. The Guardian interview with Christopher Lee runs 87 minutes long. Wide-ranging on-stage interview with the legendary actor conducted by film critic David Robinson. Vic Pratt introduces the Brides of Fu Manchu. Pages of Peril, genre film expert, critic, and author Kim Newman discusses Sax Rohmer and the Fu Manchu novels. Vengeance of Fu Manchu. Again, these are all 4K scans, by the way. A 72-minute interview with Jeremy Summers. We get a audio commentary with Kevin Lyons and Jonathan Rigby. Vic Pratt introduced the Vengeance of Fu Manchu, Tall, Lean, and Feline. Film historian Jonathan Rigby, author of English Gothic, on the early career of Christopher Lee. That should be interesting. 50-minute long interview. So we got an interview with Christopher Lee run at 87 minutes. We got a 50-minute documentary on Christopher Lee here. The Checks in the Post, 5 minutes. Assistant director Anthony Wave remembers Harry Allen Towers. The Ghosts of Monk's Island, an actual 93-minute film that was done by Jeremy Summers. It was like a kids film, a kids mystery film, kind of a Famous Five type of thing. There's alternate title sequences here as well, image gallery, theatrical trailers, all that type of good stuff. Blood of Fu Manchu. We're getting into the Jess Franco stuff, I think, here. So two presentations of the film, the original Blood of Fu Manchu, and its alternate title, Kiss Me to Death. Not even joking, that's the title. Audio commentary with critics and authors David Flint and Adrian J. Smith. Vic Pratt introduces Blood of Fu Manchu. The Man Who Killed Fu Manchu, 41 minutes long. Author and musician Stephen Thrower on Jess Franco and Harry Alan Towers. Any Way to Save Money, 11 minutes long. The Mystery of Dr. Fu Manchu, The Fiery Hand. Excellent, Chris. I'm always glad when I hopefully those are things that you like. So this one here, here's the Mystery of Dr. Fu Manchu. There's a silent serial, Fu Manchu serial. So this is actually a 37-minute chapter from the original serial. This is actually really cool. Color test previously unseen production footage from Christopher Lee. The U.S. Kiss and Kill theatrical trailer, original UK trailer. Image gallery. Castle of Fu Manchu. We're getting through all these. 4K scan, by the way, for all these guys. Two presentations of the film again. Castle of Fu Manchu. And one called Assignment Istanbul. Vic Pratt introduces the film from Alicante to Istanbul with actress Rosabella Neri. Gorgeous girl. Remembers Jess Franco, Mia Rome in the making of the Castle of Fu Manchu. An interview with Harry Alan Towers runs 45 minutes long. Far-reaching personal account of the intrepid producer's life in radio, TV, and film. A second Fu Manchu serial episode, which is so cool. The Farther Mysteries of Dr. Fu Manchu, 31 minutes long. Fu Manchu torments Nayland Smith with the terrifying creature in the silent serial sequel, presented with an optional new score by the band Peninsula. Did the first one have that too? Yep. So it's a brand new optional score before that as well. So let us see what they say. And it looks like it is, unfortunately, like a Region B release. So, if anything, guys, it's a way to, it's like telling you right now, get a Region Free player. There's such sexy good stuff coming from the UK. I'm so excited about this Fu Manchu set. I'm super excited about the Fu Manchu set. That I ordered it directly from Indicator. It's the first time I've ever ordered directly from Indicator. Hopefully the whole EEA thing doesn't affect my Fu Manchu set, because I'm super stoked about that, and so is my better half. We're both huge fans of that series. You received your tourist trap special feature, special edition with the action figure. That's actually kind of cool. Sadly, Sardis, you were correct. It is not region free. Right at the bottom, after reading all those sexy special features, I come down to letting you guys know it's region B. I do apologize. But you can go region free. It is so cool. Don't know which player to buy. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It can be really hard, Sardis, when you're looking first. I lucked into the fact that basically I had picked up, like, I'd just gotten some Arrow releases. It had been my first time buying them. I had found out online that that my local Walmart carried a Blu-ray player at the time called a Seiki, a Ceiki, and they were region free. David was there 100% correct. If you're going to order like a region free player right now, 220 Electronics is the way to go. I've heard from many people. Not too bad. You've only missed one so far. You probably got more than I got now, Mary, because I don't have the 5th Hammer set yet. And there's a couple other sets that I don't have for them. But Arrow Blood is fun. Demon Knight is even better, in my opinion. On Blu-ray 4K players that play all regions. I'd have to look into that myself, actually, because, well, here's the thing. 4K are region free anyway. That's the neat thing about 4K. When you get into 4K, all that's region free. So the Blu-rays on the 4K disc are going to be region locked to the regions that they're in. But the 4K discs, the UHD discs, they're all region free. So that's kind of neat. So when you're seeing like Arrow put out like a UHD over in the UK or over here, and you're noticing that, and people make a big deal about the fact that, hey there, Jason, welcome, man. that all the features are on the UHD disc. See, a lot of times you buy a 4K release and you get the movie on the 4K and you get like a commentary and all the features will be on the Blu-ray disc. Now, one of the neat things about about like the ones that Arrow are putting out, and I think like Blue Underground stuff as well, is that those have the features on the UHD disc as well. So man, you're set. So if you go and you buy like one, like check ahead of time, but if you got a 4K player, 4K TV, you put in the 4K disc, that's region free. All the feature and if all the features are on there, it doesn't matter if that Blu-ray's locked because you got all the features on the 4K UHD as well. So that's what makes the Arrow ones such sweet pickups. Oh, the remote trick with the C key. That's what I did. That's what there's a remote trick for the C key. Four numbers that I have like burned in my head now because of the I've had the C key for so long. I've got two of them actually. The last one I bought was from Canadian Tire, which is a place here in Canada where you can buy stuff, tires and stuff. But they have like some electronics in that too. So I went there and I noticed that they had a C key, the newer C key. It kind of looks like a PS3. It's shaped like a PS3. So I grabbed it like right away. I already had one, but I grabbed one. I wanted the second one. So I have like a Blu-ray, region-free Blu-ray player both upstairs and downstairs. For some reason, my older C key didn't work on my newer TV, but I had an Xbox One. And the neat thing about the Xbox One is you can use it to plug in another device, whether it be like a cable box or a Blu-ray player. So when I plugged in the C key into the back of my Xbox One, the older one, then it played perfect because it like for some reason that kind of let the signal go through. Nice little hacks that you find out when you're a region free person. I actually got my cousin for a Christmas one year. I got him a region free Blu-ray player. Back when you could get them all over the place, and now they're hard as hell to find. So 220 Electronics definitely the place to go to check out your region free stuff. Tour of my movie library behind camera. Definitely that's something I can do down the road. It's a bit messy right now, so wait till I get it straightened away again. Once you go region free, it's hard to go back. It's hard to not be region free afterwards. It is something that changes. Like I say this in the sincerest way that I possibly can. Scotter, have a great day there, man. Hope you have a good day at work. It will change the way that you collect. It'll change the way that you look at things when you're collecting. Because all of a sudden, your options open up. And you're going to notice, one of the first things you're going to notice is that over in the UK, they put out so many sexy editions of releases that we have like standard editions of here. Looking at places like Second Sight and like companies like that, like just when you're checking out their stuff and you're seeing, let me see if I can give you, yeah, let me give you a quick. So who has seen the like the Scream Factory edition of like When Stranger Calls? So I'm sure like a few of you guys have seen it. Maybe you got it, right? So this this is the UK edition of let me take this thing off of When a Stranger Calls. Not even finished yet. With the book, the double-sided poster, and of course this here. And just so you know, this version of When a Stranger Calls does have the sequel in here as well. So you get When a Stranger Calls back in HD, in high definition. You get a new scan restored from the original short film The Sitter, directing Stranger Calls with director Fred Walton, Carol Kane, Rotanya Alda, scoring Stranger Calls, reversible cover art and stuff. So, and you also get the CD soundtrack to When a Stranger Calls, along with the Blu-ray. So I 100% meant it when I said when when you go region free, it ups your options of stuff that you can get, and I do like Scream Factory. But honestly, if you're gonna pick up like this film, which edition would you grab? Especially since at the time the price was like it's pretty much the same. Yeah, then Breakable Kimmy Smith. I actually like that show. More UK labs are doing the hardbox edition, and I think another great example of that. She's your first girl. I love her actually. So yeah, she was one of my crushes too. I remember her. She was in Gotham too. She played like the mother of like of the Penguin in Gotham. I don't have any German releases out, and I actually would love to have one of those. I almost picked one up when I was in Germany on my way back to Newfoundland at the time when I was coming back from Morocco. But I was really tired. They had like a small like store there, like a video shop in the airport, and they had some like really cool stuff. Make my check it Amazon UK. Was she licensed to drive? It's been a long time since I've seen that film. You get Michael. You went for the. Did you go for the whole bundle? Vinegar Syndrome was amazing. I gotta say. Yeah, definitely try 220 Electronics. They do have some great stuff there. Let us know how the journey with it goes, um, and let us know what your first like your region free when you go region free. What your first title is going to be. I'll actually be excited to know, Craig, because you just look at their Hammer releases and you look at their the releases that they did for like the Samuel Fuller stuff. It's just so good. So many of the Eureka African Queen sets just from playing will leave the box. Is it really tight or the is that it? Like I remember the first like slip that Vinegar Syndrome put out was for the Undertaker, and man, it was so hard to get the case out of this slip. It was so tight. But that's a rarity because they're really good normally. I got the shirt. Do you know? Oh, Michael, I don't know. Did the is the shirt going to be available on Black Friday? Because they said it was only going to be available for this weekend. I hope they put it back for Black Friday because it's a really sexy shirt. I had to grab it because I was concerned that they said like it wasn't going to be coming back. So hopefully the shirt's going to be like coming back for Black Friday. So fingers crossed for you, man. See, I like things that well, I like limited edition stuff too. But for me, if a company announces that they're doing really well with something, whether it be like a movie or a shirt or something like that, and they say they want to produce more of them. I'm actually super stoked for that because that means more people are going to get to enjoy what I like, and I actually like that. Hopefully it comes back. Hopefully I'm wrong. I grabbed it because I thought the time limit was only for the weekend. I'm excited what you think of the Beastmaster one. I mean, like I'm guessing you already love Beastmaster, but it's their first this is their third 4K release, the first VSU. So if you like the VSU titles and the way the packaging is done, you're already started. You already got one. You're off to the races. But I don't think you can go wrong with Beastmaster. It's just such a fun film. Tanya Roberts in 4K, gotta love it. It also has Mark Singer too, by the way, playing Beastmaster. But again, Tanya Roberts, 4K. Yeah, Fade to Black is just such a good film, Michael. I mean, it's one that I truly adore. I've been championing Fade to Black. You guys know on here for years to get a release. So I championed for what's the other film? Let me just see here because I know it's here. It's weird. Like a few films that I'll mention, I'll say this really needs a Blu-ray or a 4K release, and all of a sudden it gets a release. Uh, so so I did the same thing when there was there's nothing out there. For the Rolf Konitzky film, I talked about it for ages on here. Then all of a sudden, bam, was announced by Vinegar Syndrome. Um, I talked about God, what was it? The snowboarding one. Uh, and a company put that out as well. I was actually literally making a video on here talking to you guys when it was announced, and now Fade to Black's another one that I've been championing for a while, and it's it's coming out. So here we go. Jack Shoulders Alone in the Dark really needs a good Blu-ray release. Please, if there's somebody out there that can actually put out Jack Shoulders Alone in the Dark, it is a really good film, and I wanted it on Blu-ray for like a long time. A really sexy, good collector's edition. I actually think it does. Night the Juggler's another one too. That needs a great release. So that's it, guys. We start mentioning them in here, and hopefully stuff comes out. Like we talked about, like cartoons on 4K. Then Blue Underground announced Fire and Ice. So that's it. Use the power. Use the magical power of the cult. Have a great night there, Alan. To actually bring movies to get collector's editions. I wish the Chef Factory could redo it. Unfortunately, because of the rights issues, I don't think we're going to see that happen. I think the reason that we didn't see like a release for Fade to Black before initially is there were probably some rights issues. Fade to Black stars Dennis Christopher. He's like this like addict like cinema files, like a movie addict, and in many of his kind of like his delusions and stuff like that, he sees clips from different movies, and I got a strong feeling that those clips from the different films that were shown were probably a big reason that we had to wait so long to get a good release for that. You had to get you had to clear everyone those clips from the film, so that like same as with like music cues or different or films that have different songs in them. You got to make sure you can clear all the songs first. Movies that need a Blu-ray release. I really should actually. Just to this did a really good movies that need a Blu-ray release video. Make sure you check that out. Brian's channel. Death Weekend definitely needs a Blu-ray release. I definitely agree with that. Eve of the Men do. You know I always need Charles Bronson on Blu-ray. Gotta love me some Charles Bronson. Have a great night there, Chris. And actually, Chris, you're leaving at the same time that you rock too, man. You leave at the same time that I am. So great minds think alike. Guys, it is late here and I have to work in the morning. And unfortunately, things are changing up a bit here because my shifts have changed at my job and I'm now working some weekends. So Sundays, I'm working. Really sucks. I want Sword and Sorcerer. Anything with the guy from Matt Houston. and that's awesome. I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You guys are the cult of cinema. You guys rock. Have an amazing night there, guys. Get some indicator. Get yourself some good, like George's, right? Get some indicator. Have a great night there, Mary. Fingers crossed for the Dawn of the Dead. Hopefully all that goes through okay. And you guys have a fantastic night. I will see you here really soon.